Morning, everybody. It is another gloomy, cloudy, foggy day in Fredericksburg, Texas, and I love a day like this. I also love Friday because I get to dress extra casual. This is Casual Friday in Fredericksburg. You know, we're pretty casual in the hill country all the time, so I get to be extra cash. No clients coming in, just doing some paperwork, some planning, fun stuff like that. So let me tell you what, 7:42 is a tricky time to be getting out and about. We're in a small town, but I've never seen so many cars coming down Milam as I saw at 7:42 this morning. I thought, I'm going to be sitting here for an hour and a half. But sure enough, somebody was turning left, so they made me a little alley where I could get right out, so it was all good. Anyway, Coco and Frank say hello to everybody. Frank's riding in the back. You guys on Instagram can't see him, but Facebook buddies can. So I thought we would do a book club. Here's why the book club occurred to me. I was talking to Coach yesterday, and I have my coaching call, and he was going, what are you going to work on? We were talking about like the time blocking, right? And being accountable to a schedule, being strategic, not just having tactics. So I'm still working on the schedule because every day I work on it requires a few more tweaks. Yesterday, you know, I said I was going to take off early and you know, get some things done in our workout room, make it a little nicer. Hey, Tammy. And I didn't do that because I forgot I had desk duty. So it was on my calendar. So what does that tell you? I didn't look at my calendar before I ran my mouth off. I had desk duty, which is really kind of funny because I normally don't do desk duty. Not because I'm too good for desk duty, but because it's a great opportunity in our office for agents to get business. I cannot tell you how many millions, tens of millions of dollars of deals have come through our phone calls at our office. So our agents love having the opportunity, but sometimes something comes up and it can be hard to find somebody last minute, right? So last minute I said, okay, we did a contest recently and I said, look, let's do this. One of the best prizes, I gave him, I think, a gift card, and I said, more importantly, I think it might have been an appointment setting. It was, look at Frankie. Oh, he's so cute back there. And so, Anna Winsmith won the contest, and the big prize was that I said, you got a get out of desk duty free pass for no reason, last minute, no reasons required, and I will do it. If I am in the country and I am in the state of Texas, I will do a desk duty. So she asked me the other day, she said it was her husband's birthday and they wanted to do something special for him. So I said I would happily do desk duty. So I didn't get to meet some of my goals yesterday, but that's okay because I got to use that time to do some other things, get some work done. Hope I remember to forward those phones back to the line when I get to the office. Anyway, let's talk about book club. So I was talking to Coach about the schedule because he's all about getting things in that calendar. Working on that, and I said, well, he said, what are the other things we want to do this year? You know, we've got our series. This is Fredericksburg, Texas, and we want to get that back on track, get some more episodes filmed. You know, it's a constant struggle to work all the things in that we want to do, and so we're going through the list. There's Fredericksburg, Texas online. There's This is Fredericksburg video showing all the great things to do here in our town. And I said, oh, and this year I would love to write a book. That would be a really great thing to do. And he said, okay, so what's your book going to be about? And so we kind of kicked around some ideas, and he said, is it going to be on social media? Is it going to be on leadership? And I said, I'm thinking probably leadership because it seems to be more the crux of every business we've ever had, right? Every business that you're in, or if you teach at the school or you work at the hospital, we are all working all the time to be a better leader. And that doesn't mean you have to be in charge of a lot of people by any stretch of the imagination. But it's about, I think, the humility, the empathy, all the various characteristics I was talking about in my speech I gave a couple days ago. So that's what it's going to be on. So he said, okay, he made a great point. He said, if you want to do that, then you have to not only have your own experiences, but you have to be a great student, which you know I love, of all the great leaders. You have to read, and you have to read all the time. And this is how our coach works. How many hours can you commit to reading? I was like, well, at least half an hour, or listening, either one.
This is Ashley. How may I help you?
Yes, I'd like a large unsweet tea, please.
Anything else?
That's it.
Just select for your first one, thank you.
All right. See, I'm fooling y'all. I'm switching it up, aren't I? So that's what he said. You got to read, and he said 30. I said 30 minutes a day easily. He goes, okay, 2.5 hours a week minimum of educating yourself. He goes, you got to know every great leadership book there is. You got to be able to quote them because. And he made a great point. He said all of the people that we really enjoy listening to their work, their content. He goes, it's just there are no new thoughts really in concepts like leadership. There's new inventions, right? But when you come to concepts like leadership, there's only so much to be said. So really, I think what it is it's more of a personality curating content for you than anything else. He makes a great point. He said Tom Ferry does an amazing job speaking with authority on everything, which you could boil down to leadership. You could call it sales techniques, you could call it successful business, lots of things you could term it, but it's really curating all the great content he's read. Gary Vaynerchuk, I don't think he's ever read anything, so he may be a little bit of an example. He says he never reads. He's read like 5 books in his life, I think. But in any event, he's an anomaly. We're not going to worry about him. And I have, of course, read all of his books and listened to everything he records to the point where I can already tell you what he's going to say before he says it. So once I get to that level with someone, I'm kind of done for a while. And then I'll go back and get a refresher. So, long story short, I guess that's too late. I thought one of the books that he named, that he said, really, every great business person you listen to, every great thought leader you listen to, he said, the books all boil down to one book. So I'm like, that's fascinating. What is it? And he said, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Well, of course, I own that book from the past. I'm pretty sure I've read at least part of it. I'm not sure if I ever finished it. So clearly, regardless, it's time for a reread because I don't remember anything if I did read it. So I'm going to propose that to be our first book. He said, in reality, it's such a groundbreaking book. And what I do know about it, because I was listening to the foreword this morning, reminding myself about it, is this gentleman, Napoleon Hill, took 20 years, funded in some way by Dale Carnegie, and interviewed, I believe, 500 of the most successful, people on earth, captains of industry, politicians, all men. This was written like in 1937. So I would say this: if you are culturally extremely sensitive, then get the new updated version. If you are willing to listen to something in the context of the time in which it was written, 1937, and let some things slide, I personally, thanks. I got the original version because I'm not sensitive, But if you are, maybe get the updated version, because he says every great business thought is really articulated in that book. Every book written since then is in some ways about business or leadership is basically a reiteration or a curation of what they got from that book. So that's the book we're going to read, and I would love to know if you guys want to join. Thank you, ma'am. Bye. So yeah, that's the book we're going to do. So you can get it on Audible. I think it was $7, or if you have a subscription, I'm listening to it. He recommend. Of course, I'm thinking about this. He recommends in the book as they're reading it aloud that you get it and you underline and highlight. And I'm like, well, of course he does, because Audible didn't exist in 1937. So I guess that was your option. So it's up to you. Sometimes I like paper, and I do like to highlight and make stars and notes about things. So if you're that way, let's do it. And if next week's going to be crazy busy and you want to get 2 or 3 chapters ahead, that wouldn't be a bad idea as well. But my goal is to do a chapter a day, starting with Monday. So Monday's Drive, we are going to be talking about the first chapter of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich from 1937. Again, you can get the updated one if you want. I'm reading the original because I'm kind of a classics gal. What are y'all? Are y'all classics people, or do you like the remake? Do you like the movie in black and white the way it came out, or do you like it with the colorized version? There's a time and a place for both, but that's the book we're going to be reading, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. And please understand, they make the point throughout the book, it's not about just monetary riches. It's literally about finding happiness and fulfillment, however you're going to define that. So it's not some kind of get rich quick or here are all the answers to making money. It's really, from what I can already gather in the first few pages, it's really the traits you need to succeed in life and to stick to things and to be your best self. So I think there's probably not a much better book we could start with. Some of you have probably read it. If you are willing to join again, please do. If you absolutely hate to read and you're not going to read it no matter what, that's okay too. I would still love for you to join us, and maybe you will still get some value out of the what I take from it and what our feller watchers here give us as their takeaways also, because you know I love your feedback. It's my lifeblood. It's what I look forward to, is seeing if you get something from this, or for goodness sake, if you have something to offer. This is a 100% two-way street conversation we have in the mornings, and my favorite folks are those that help me out and ask questions, give suggestions, throw in some content ideas. I absolutely love that. I'm going to be posting in a few minutes. It's pretty funny. I live in a small town, and my fuel light has been on for a couple of days. But yesterday, I noticed it said like 47 miles when I first noticed it. This morning, I noticed it said 45 miles. I'm now at 42 miles. So I'm curious just how long I can go in a small town on a tank of 40 miles. I think I got quite a bit to go, so I will keep you posted on that as well. So we're going to shoot for making it at least through the weekend on 40 miles of gas. I know that's for sure. So good to see you guys. Please let me know if you have questions, thoughts, if you've read the book, if you're getting the book, if you're going to be joining along. I would love to hear your feedback as always. And we will be visiting then, Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise, on Monday. And we will be talking about Chapter 1, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. If you guys are on Facebook, you're probably going, why is Frankie all huddled up back there? You probably think he is freezing cold. He's really not. He's just a croucher. He crouches. That's what he does, right? Look at him crouching back there. Hey, Jill Good, you're in. I love it. Look at this Instagram. Y'all need to get a little quick peek at least of the Frankster. That's where he sits. He loves that middle pull-down seat in my car. That's where he hangs out. So just thought I'd show y'all real quick. Okay, look forward to seeing y'all Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. Go out and crush it. Spend some time on that calendar. I'm still working on mine, and I'm going to stay accountable every day working on it until I can come on here and show you my schedule of what I'm working on. So, see y'all soon. Bye.